Well, happy hump day. Here we are again. Yay! Excuse me. But anyway, I got me a second, I got me a second raised bed box in. The other one's on the front porch. It's put together, but it's in two sections. Now, the second one I just received this afternoon. Here in a little bit, I'm going to be putting piece to piece, and it'll be put together. And of course, once it's put together, I'll have to take it outside and stack it up type thing, or get out of the way type thing, so it won't be so much in the way, so to say, in the living room. Now, Friday, I'm going to order 2 more of the same thing. And I got one on the front porch that is put together. It's not completely put together, but it's in sections. I'm going to do the same way the one in here. I'm going to put it together in sections, take it out, set it, sit on the front porch. And then Friday, I'm going to order 2 bangers of it. And probably by this time next week, I'll get my other 2 that are be coming in. Which will give me 4 total. Then on top of it, I signed up to be a member and to get points, whatever. And I'm gonna use those points to buy a couple others. And it's I'm not gonna save a whole lot, but a little bit's better than nothing. So. But there is other things on there that we will be using later this proceeding year, summer, fall type thing. So it's not a total waste. Membership's a little bit high, but for the year type thing, a one-time deal for a year, hell with it. I'll roll with it. It won't bother me none. But yeah, I gotta grab me some dirt probably this weekend, a few extra bags after I get everything set up where I want to put them, so that way I can go ahead and get my onion sets in. Then I can go ahead and start working on some potatoes. Oh, that came out of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, I've been fingered crossed like you wouldn't believe. So by the time my other 2 boxes will come in, it'll be within the first week of March. So I'm not going to be, too much in deadline form. Everything's going to plan, nice and smooth. There's been a few little hiccups here and there, but nothing I can't overcome or nothing I can't deal with. Now, as far as what's going to happen here in the next, let's see, this is end of February almost, March, April, probably the first to second weekend, the first to second week of April, we will be in the woods hunting mushrooms, morel mushrooms. And there's a spot that I go to, it's here in town. Some people know about it, a lot of people don't. And we got, we didn't get a whole bunch last year, but we got a decent amount. So, hopefully, when the temperatures are, in the 40-50 range, that's ideal, because they'll come up like crazy, and hopefully we can get a decent amount of morels. Montez, which in some of my older videos, he's in some of them. I had messaged him on one of his recent things on YouTube, and I asked him if he's wanting to join us this coming spring. If he can, great. If he can't, it is what it is. But I know in April it's going to be mushrooming. I'm still going to be working on, getting plants, like the blackberries and the raspberries and, whatever else for the yard, getting them put up and set up and everything else. And then is going to be working on the pool, getting it cleaned out real good, you know, getting all the chemicals for it and everything else, the pump and this and that and yada yada yada. So that way we'll have a pool this year able to relax in when it's nice and hot. And sometime in that time frame, you know, the market's going to be going on. I am going to do the market. I'm not sure if I'm going to do every weekend though. I mean, I kind of want to, but at the same time, I kind of don't, because then, you know, but at the same time of doing it, the market has been redone, how the setup is. I think it's asinine, but, you know, I'm not the one running it, so I can't say nothing about it. I think there's going to be more problems the way the new setup is going to be. But, you know, I could be wrong. You know, I've been wrong about a lot of things before. And, you know, what can you do about it? Nothing. Spit one hand, shit in the other, see which one fills up fastest. You know, that's really like. But, I do know if I do every weekend, I'll have a decent amount of money. But, if I do every other weekend, I'll have a little bit more free time. And, you know, I'll still have a decent amount of money, just not as much as I would have like I did before, the year before. But, at the same time, the way prices, inflation, and everything's going up, and, you know, some of the stuff I would normally use, where I could get a lot cheaper, has gone crazy ass priced. So, I'm still going to fix certain things. I'm just not going to fix as much as certain things. And so I will go to market with, you know, more bread than normal, because that's easier to fix than anything else. But as far as my sweets, my cobblers, stuff like that, yeah, they're going to be cut down to a smaller scale. I figure I'll fix, I don't know, 2 or 4 of each type of cobbler, and that's it, you know. And once it's there and once it's gone, and, you know, so be it. I am going to do a lot of my side crafty things like candling, stuff like that. I got a bunch of new ones for market this year. I got lavender, mulberry, pound cake, honeysuckle lemon, and I do got some dill pickle, which, you know, that's really kind of a summertimey thing. But some people, you know, some people like me like these crazy ass things, and they'll see dill pickle and they'll smell it and they're like, yeah, I gotta buy it. So, you know, there it is. I make dill pickle candles as well, and it smells like a dill pickle, like you would go to the store, pop the cap, and, you know, take a sip of the juice or eat the pickle. But, you know, it smells like dill pickle. But I am going to be making a coffee candle, and then a couple other side, you know, kind of not really so much fragrance form, like flowery, but it's something, you know, just something to, you know, get you started in the spring, kind of wishing for summer type thing. So I'm be making a couple of them, and then I'm gonna make, you know, different sizes. I've already made 3 different sizes so far. I got a medium, a larger size, and I got a pretty decent size one. It's, you know, it's probably about that big around, about that tall. 2 wick. I've made some 3 wickers, but mainly 2 wickers. But, you know, I do plan on making some 3 wick candles. But if I do, of course, it's going to be a lot more expensive, because it's going to be a bigger container and it'll be more wick, and, you know, yada yada yada, and so on, so on, so on. I do have to get me some more citronella fragrance so I can make my citronella candles. And I got some cans ready up there on the side. You can't see them because I'd have to get up, you know, get it to sit down and get back up, put it up. But I got some cans I'm going to use to make more of my citronella, you know, kind of conversation piece type candles. Probably, it won't be this Friday, maybe next Friday. I gotta send my paperwork into Frankfurt, so I can renew my vending license for farmers markets, roadside stands, set up in my yard. It's basically it's a license to be a home-based processor. And since I cook and make jellies and jams and things of that nature, I have to have that piece of paper in order to sell it at a farmer's market. It's like my little legal piece of paper that says, okay, you're free and clear, but if anything goes wrong, it's your ass. So I got to get that piece of paper sent off and renewed by, I think it's March 21st or 22nd. But I'll have that done and taken care of way before it's time for even having anything done. So that way, when I can get it ahead of time, and everything be legit and legal and yada yada yada. The whole 9 bells and whistles and everything else. Fishing is going to be something we are going to do this coming year. Me and the Puckett had talked about a couple times in the past couple years. He has a newer job that allows him a little bit more free time. So fishing is going to be something that we will be doing probably between May, June, July, August, sometime around there. That's another reason why I think I might not go into market as much, so I could have more recreational outdoor time, fishing, root digging, gardening, spending time with certain people out in the outdoors, things of that nature. And we will be taking another trip hopefully this summer to the farm, and hopefully with enough duct tape, bug spray, and everything else, we won't get ticks and turkey mites and, all those good old things that want to itch you and, make it poke and itch and scratch and everything else. I want to go down there mainly so I can find some new trees I can mark, like sassafras, and mark them in the spring and summer, like smaller size trees, and then I can come back in the fall and dig them up for the roots and use the roots for sassafras tea. And I'm thinking about, if possible, making a sassafras jelly out from after making the tea, put it in a pot, add the sugar, do everything together to make a sassafras jelly. I'm kind of gave a secret away, but not very many people I know watch my channel that is within my area. So, with that being said, the chances of somebody stealing my idea, slim to none, but not to say it's not going to happen. But there's a few other things like dandelion jelly. Another thing we're going to be making this year in a large batch form. Redbud jelly. Another thing we're going to be making batch form. There's a couple of plant things around here we're going to use to make jelly with. And it's kind of like an oddity. It's more of a backwoods country kind of thing. But at the same time, it is possible we have made it. I've not made redbud, but I know somebody else that did. And the jelly was like a pinkish kind of lavendery kind of color, kind of like a light color mixed between. And it tasted wonderful. Redbud jelly has a flavor all to its own. You really can't really. About the closest way I can describe it would be like a drink I had a few minutes ago before I came in here. It is a white cranberry strawberry mix. It has like a flavor kind of like that. It's weird. It has its own flavor. It has a kind of a nutty flavor to it at the same time. It's really weird. It's one of those things, if you've never had it, find somebody that can make it or make it yourself and give it a whirl, because you will not go wrong with it. It's weird. It has its own flavor. It has like a nutty taste to it as well. And to me, it's just great. And it's a big seller around here, because a lot of people around here are just too lazy to fix their own things. They're too lazy to cook. They're too lazy to go out and get the stuff and put it together and make it. But it's good for me and a few other people at the market, because we take our time to go out and gather it and make it and make jelly with it, or apple butter. Even apple butter is so damn easy to make, but people are too lazy to do it, and they don't want to do the canning, they don't want to do the cooking, they don't want to do the mixing. So we make it, take it to market, and we sell the crap out of it, and people are like, man, this is really good. And I'm back in bed, I'm thinking, thank you for buying it from me, but at the same time I'm like, well, how lazy can you be? But that's the everyday thing. That's why supermarkets make so much money, because people that have the area and space to grow a garden will not grow it, because we want to have our flowers. We want to have our golf course looking yard. So we'll just go out to the grocery store and spend all these crazy ass prices on produce and other things that you could grow or craft at your own house in the process of, but it's too lazy. People are just too lazy to do it. That's why we have no American exports except for very minimal kind of things, because, well, one reason is the American people that used to work factories, hell, they want 20 to 40 bucks an hour to do a simple job of factory work, and then the company has to raise all these prices because people want higher pay wage, and then the product is usually made crap, even more so worse than what you get from China, and it's crazy ass price. Nobody's gonna buy it. A long time ago, people used to, like in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, people took pride in their crafting work. That's why you see so many antiques that are in even like in people's homes that people use all the time. And there's I got stuff in my house that's older than 100 years old that we're still using, because the craftsmanship is so much better than anything you can buy in any store in the U.S. as of right now. Unless you go to an antique store and you pay a few $100s for it, and and then even then sometimes you're going to pay more than a few hundred. It could be up in the thousands, and because the craftsmanship from what people used to do is totally different from the craftsmanship that is now. There's no comparison. I know people that have like a kitchen table that bought from Walmart for $200 or $300, and usually within 2.5 to 3 years they got to buy another kitchen table, because the first kitchen table, the screws came loose or the press board thing came apart. It's just garbage. And I have my table. My mom bought it in 1975 from an old lady that was up in her 80s, almost 90s. She was getting ready to go to a nursing home. Her husband bought that table for her second wedding anniversary in like 1913 or 1914. That was her wedding present, which is my dining room table now, and 6 chairs. And it has two. You pull the tables apart, and there's either a single leaf or a double leaf you can stick in. The table's even longer. It's a solid ass table. And it got some age on it, got some wear on it, but it's still functionable. And here it is, 100-something years later, and I'm still using the same table and chairs. So, it is what it is. American craftsmanship is garbage compared to what it used to be, because people want a high wage to do a remedial job, and half the time they half-ass their work, and the stuff comes out like crap. Now, me and my plumber friend Adam, we had a very, I would say mild, but we had it was a mildish type argument, but it went kind of south in different directions. I'm kind of screwed this year because we had planned a job together, and now everything's thrown up in the air. I don't know how it's going to get taken care of, or if it will get taken care of this year. And if it doesn't, no big deal. Then, we'll just have to suffer with what we have at the time and just keep going with it and, be done with it. Until I can, find somebody else to do his kind of work and not, break it off in my ass in the process and, do it that way. But, what are you going to do? So, but there's other things that me and him had planned on doing that, it's not going to take place now because of our disagreement on how I worded a few things on Facebook in a private messenger forum, and he took it to heart and just with it. So, it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. Just give people time and space for their time and go on. If we decide to speak later down the road, so be it. If not, then it's his loss, my gain, or my gain and his loss, or vice versa, or how you want to call it. It don't matter to me, But I've been racking my brain like crazy, and I got so many things that are coming together, so many things that are falling into place. One of the things I am going to have to do, there was a guy down between LaRue County and Hart County. He runs a repair shop. I'm going to have to Google it. He's the one that fixed our Blazer, and I'm going to have to take the vehicle down there to him here soon and have him fix the transmission, because the transmission of the car, it's stuck in first. It won't synchronize into second or third, whatever. It stays in first. So I'm going to have him do some work on that. And the last time he had one of our vehicles, it was there maybe 2 to 3 weeks at max. And he does great work. He's like, I'll give you X amount of miles or X amount of months, and if anything goes wrong between here and there, bring it back and I'll fix it for free. And that's the kind of guy he is. He's very reputable, and everybody around here that's taken stuff to him has not had anything negative to say about this guy ever. I just can't think of his freaking name to save my life. I know where it's at. I know how to get there. I just can't remember his name or the place of business. So I'm going to have to, either get on Facebook later on and say, hey man, who's the mechanic guy down there such by such location, yada yada yada, and kind of go from there and see if I can find somebody that knows what I'm talking about and have them link me some information, or find it on the Google search, which hopefully will work out just as good, but it probably won't. Man, I'm just talking like a mile a minute. But in May, I'm fixing the low bowl crawdads, typical Cajun type cuisine on May 18th, which is my birthday. I'm fixing my crawdads, and we're having some side fixings, and we're gonna have some people over, and it's gonna be a lot. I know one time I said I was gonna make a video of it, and I kinda did. It went bad. So this year I'm definitely gonna have a little bit of a video going of me setting everything up and cooking the crawdads, and it'll probably be in segments, because Montez has still not shown me how to edit videos, like cut things out and so on, or patch them together, so to say. So that is going to be one of the things that definitely will be doing. And for the video of my birthday, of the low bowl, after I spread everything across the table and everything sitting there, either before or after people start digging in, I'm going to get a picture of it, and that's going to be my main picture for the 18th of May. So many things going to happen this year. For those of you who have subscribed, thank you. I hope that what I do in the coming months, when it's warmer and I'm able to get out and able to move around when it's not so cold, and things are abundant, things are coming up, I can share with things that I know. We can go out and just have some fun in nature, or if nothing else, sit around and watch the grass grow and the birds chirp, if nothing else. So, but until then, I'm gonna shut up. This is gonna be a kind of a mouthy quickie video. So y'all have a great night, and if y'all getting the sleet and the freezing rain tonight, hunker down, don't go out if you don't have to. And for y'all that are not getting it, if you're especially on the East Coast, you will get it before too long. So I'll see y'all later.